Former NFL quarterback and original anthem protester Colin Kaepernick compared the NFL Combine process to a slave auction in Netflix documentary series chronicling his life experiences. In the series Colin in Black and White, which Kaepernick narrates, the former 49er appears in a scene where he talks about NFL prospects being poked, prodded, and examined for defects before the NFL draft. The players at the Combine then leave the NFL field and enter a mid-1800s slave auction where white landowners examine slaves for purchase. In the scene, Kaepernick says this is how they establish a power dynamic. The scene closes with the NFL coach and slave auctioneer shaking hands against the backdrop of bonded slaves, in an attempt to establish a generational link between the professional athlete selection process and slavery. Of course, there are some not-so-subtle differences between the NFL Combine and slavery. You know, things like NFL players choosing to be a part of the Combine process instead of being captured and sold. There's the fact they're free to go anytime they want, unlike slaves. NFL prospects are not whipped or beaten into submission. And, not to mention, those players being examined will be compensated with the kind of wealth that most people can scarcely even conceive of, while the grand prize for a slave at auction in the mid-1800s was a lifetime of penniless servitude and torture. Colin Kaepernick exercised his freedom no slave ever had, to walk away from a multi-million-dollar contract in San Francisco after spending the 2016 season protesting America and smearing the police. But then, because we live in a truly sick society, the anti-capitalist Kaepernick was then able to parlay that foolery and the kind of mind-numbingly insulting and foolish reason he exhibited in the above clip into a $20 million financial empire built almost entirely on corporate sponsorships after leaving the NFL.